Oh, hey guys, welcome to the October 25th, 2015 edition of Decision 2016 Digest. Here in Obama's America, you know, where being an abject liar and running for president is lauded and applauded by the Democrats. Yes, I am on my high horse. This week it's all about Hillary Clinton. Her little lies, her sweet little lies. Let me tell you, folks, the long-awaited testimony by the former Secretary of State before the House Select Committee on Benghazi happened this last week, and if you listen to the mainstream media, she aced it. But exactly how did she ace it? What did she do? Well, they laid a couple of glancing blows on her in trying to get to the true facts of what happened when we lost our first ambassador in 30 years and 3 other brave Americans on her watch in Benghazi at a consulate. You know, the deal where they said it was all because of this terrible, awful video by some schlub out in California. It wasn't Al-Qaeda, you know, because we were 56 days from an election and GM is alive and Al-Qaeda is dead or on the run. That was the mantra. So in any event, she finally testified. All of the mainstream media and her acolytes say she aced it. You know, I think the headline out of the deal was we definitively had emails from her showing that she absolutely did lie to the American people, saying it was because of an awful internet video. But you know what? Screw us. What gets my goat is she lied to the families, the parents, the daughters, the spouses, the families of the 4 Americans who lost their lives and said it was because of this video, when all along she knew it was an attack, and they presented emails showing where she told her daughter Chelsea, the head of Libya, and also the Prime Minister of Egypt on the day it happened that it was a terrorist attack. But you know, all of that is semantics. It's gotten to where it's given me a headache. And you know, I guess if being an abject liar is a qualification for president, I think you've got a great presidential candidate to vote for, Democrats. I hope Americans see through this. She was an unremarkable Secretary of State. She's been in the public eye for 25 years, starting as First Lady, or even going back to when Bill Clinton was governor of Arkansas. But if you want an abject liar for president and Bill Clinton loose in the White House with nothing to do but chase the staff and interns, you know, I think she's candidate. And if you think she's your candidate. Do you think I'm being snarky? You're damn right I am, because in no shape, form, or fashion qualified, nor have the integrity and moral fabric to lead us as a country. But I think we've gotten so cynical that lying politicians on both sides are accepted. I just think it's a darn shame, because there are so many more people out there that are more qualified than her. This does free up a big obstacle to her clean shot at the Democratic nomination. The only thing left that's looming is the FBI investigation into her private server, which to me, again, that is another situation where the rules don't apply to the Clintons. If it were you or I, even if we were in the government at a lower pay grade in the government, the FBI would have already charged us, we'd be brought up, and we'd probably be spending some jail time. Do you think Hillary Clinton is going to? Probably not, because there's one rule for you and me and another set of rules for the political elite. And the Clintons for decades now have pushed the gray areas, even crossed the line in some areas, in my view, in the rules, and they just continue to get away with it. I mean, the hypocrisy of it all, you know, in this last debate, Hillary Clinton was talking about the Republicans being her enemies, and, you know, how we as conservatives want to impinge upon a women's right to choose and women's health issues, and I'm the women's rights candidate. Yet her and her husband have taken millions from countries with horrible, horrible human rights records on women's issues, and they don't even bat an eye, and their friends in the media don't even cover it. Okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I'll tell you, she's got a free shot to the nomination, barring something significant coming out of the FBI. I think the FBI have her on violating some internal rules that are actionable criminal things, but they have prosecutorial discretion. I doubt they'll bring her up on charges, but we'll see what James Comey, the head of the FBI, does. Biden bails out, you know, and I put the word sort of. He said he wasn't going to run because the window had closed, but he did it with President Obama in a Rose Garden ceremony and certainly painted a picture for his candidacy of why he thinks he could win. Those of us inside the news cycle believe that he left the window open, that if the FBI does tag Hillary and she falls, he's there as a backup. He's not declaring now, but he let everybody know this is his vision if something happens to her and she's waiting. 2 casualties in the Democratic field. Jim Webb, who had a lackluster debate performance in the CNN debate week before last, has dropped out, has left open running as an independent, but he never caught traction. The class clown of the crew on the Democrat side, Lincoln Chafee, former, Maine governor or Vermont governor, I don't know. In any event, he was a goofball. He dropped out. So again, it's a clear shot for Hillary to the nomination. Let's talk a little bit about the Republican side. Quite shocking, well, not shocking, but interesting, is in a very credible poll. I don't know if it was Quinnipiac or that group inside of Iowa. Ben Carson, Dr. Ben Carson, the world-renowned neurosurgeon, the only African-American in the GOP field, actually is shown by a 6-point lead, I believe, over Trump in Iowa, which was quite breathtaking. In national polls, he still trails Trump, but they're jockeying back and forth. But for the first time outside of the margin of error, this one credible poll shows Ben Carson taking the lead over Donald Trump in Iowa. Jeb announced this week that he's cutting staff and reorganizing his staff. His burn rate was too high. He hasn't caught on. His money's going soft a little bit. He still has a lot of money, but he's going to have to do something to refire his campaign. But everybody's taking about a 40% pay cut. They've laid off some people. They've cut back some people. That is never a good sign in a presidential campaign, although I think he's got the financial breadth to stay the course. He's going to have to do something to ignite his campaign, or his days could be numbered. Also, I think it's next week, the next Republican debate is going to be coming up. It's sponsored by CNBC, which is the business network of the NBC organization. What's interesting is someone I admire immensely, Carly Fiorina, since the last debate, has lost all 8 points of her bounce that she got from that debate, and it seems like that debate performances are all that's sustaining her, so I'm sure she's glad to be seeing that coming up. In other news, this is kind of obscure for everyday people. You probably caught wind of it, the big fight over the Speaker of the House with John Boehner leaving and retiring from Congress. Long story short, the one that the majority really wanted to run for Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. You may remember him. He was the vice presidential choice for Mitt Romney in the 2012 election. He has finally agreed to run for it after making certain demands of all factions of the GOP caucus. We'll see where it goes, but it's likely he will be elected Speaker of the House. Our prayers go out to the folks of the Oklahoma State University family, friends, and fans. Tragic deal. I'm sure you've seen it on the national news. A drunk driver plowed into a parade procession, killed 4 people, including a 2-year-old baby, and injured 22 folks. It's just something every week, guys. And God, drunk driving and plowing through a crowd like that, it just had to be horrific, and our thoughts and prayers are with those folks. On my show tomorrow, I didn't go total soapbox here and go on and on and on about dissecting Hillary Clinton's performance at the Benghazi hearing. On my show tomorrow, Pissed Off Politically Speaking on the 405 radio, Commentary Magazine's deputy online editor and friend of the show, Noah Rothman, will be joining me, and we'll break down in further detail the lies, sweet little lies of Hillary Clinton that she got away with at that hearing. You can listen to it. The link is down in the description, the405media.com. That's 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. Also down in the description, I have a link to the special deal for my viewers. If you would like to listen to books instead of read them, I've got a free trial from audible.com. You get 1 month free and your first book download free using the link below. Hit it there. No obligation. Try it. If you don't like it, cancel. But you can get a free book and a free month from audible.com. Be sure and give this video a thumbs up if you like what we're doing here. It lets me know you appreciate the effort. And please subscribe to the channel. We work every week to bring you good videos and good information condensed down in less than 15 minutes to keep you informed and on top of the 2016 elections. That's it for now. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to tune in with me on the 405media.com next, or actually tomorrow. And until then, stay safe, keep informed, and we'll talk to you next week.